The Spanish colonization of the Philippines, a period lasting from 1521 to 1898, was a transformative era that profoundly shaped the country's culture, society, and identity. This story is marked by both the imposition of Spanish rule and the Filipinos' resilience and resisting and eventually overthrowing it. A story begins with Ferdinand Magellan, a Portuguese explorer, sailing for Spain, landing on the islands of Cebu on March 16, 1521. He claimed the islands for Spain but was killed in a battle by Lapu-Lapu, a native chieftain, on April 27, 1521, on the islands of Mactan. This encounter, while unsuccessfully for Magellan, marked the beginning of Spanish contact and sparked earlier resistance from indigenous Filipinos. In 1565, Miguel Lopez de Legazpi established a permanent Spanish settlement in Cebu, marking the official start of Spanish rule. He conquered Manila in 1571 and made it the capital of the colony. The Spanish, driven by the three G's, gold, glory, and God, sought to exploit the Philippines' resources, enhance their own standing, and convert the Filipinos to Catholicism. The Spanish established a lucrative trade route between Manila and Acapulco, Mexico, known as the galleon trade. The Manila galleon trade route is known as for now de China or Galleon de Acapulco, was a marine trade route that operated from 1565 to 1815, connecting Asia, America, and Europe. The galleon carried exotic goods from Asia to Mexico, including silk, porcelain, ivory, and spices. In exchange, they transported silver from New World to Asia. This trade brought wealth to Spain and introduced new goods and ideas to the Philippines, but it also enriched Spanish merchants and further economic exploitations. The Spanish actively promoted Catholicism, converting many Filipinos to Christianity. The church played a prominent role in colonial society, establishing schools, hospitals, and other institutions. However, this conversion was often forced, with indigenous beliefs and practices suppressed. The Spanish imposed a rated social hierarchy, with Spaniards at the top, followed by mixed Filipinos, Spanish, and indigenous ancestry, and then the indigenous Filipinos. This system perpetuated inequality and discrimination. While the Spanish introduced some advancements, their rule was marked by oppression, exploitation, and forced labor. This led to the growth of Filipino nationalism, with individuals and groups challenging Spanish authority. A mutiny by Filipino soldiers in Cavite, fueled by grievances against Spanish rule, led to the execution of three Filipino priests, Jose Burgos, Mariano Gomez, and Jacinto Zamora, known as the Gomborza, on January 17, 1872. This event became a symbol of Spanish oppression and further fueled Filipino nationalism. Andres Bonifacio, a revolutionary leader, founded the Katipunan, a secret society aimed at achieving independence from Spain. The Katipunan's activities sparked the Philippines Revolution. The Katipunan launched a rebellion against Spanish rule, which quickly spread throughout the Philippines. The revolution was marked by fierce fighting and numerous battles. The execution of Jose Rizal, a national hero and advocate for reform, in 1896, further fueled the revolutionary movement. The Spanish-American War on 1898 saw the United States intervene in the Philippine Revolution, defeating Spain and acquiring the Philippines as colony. The Philippines, however, continued its fights for independence, leading to the Philippine-American War. The legacy of Spanish colonization. The Spanish colonization of the Philippines has a profound and lasting impact on the country. The Spanish influence is evident in Filipino culture, language, arts, architecture, and cuisine. The Spanish language, although not widely spoken today, remains a significant part of Filipino heritage. The Catholic faith, introduced by the Spanish, became the dominant religion in the Philippines. The Spanish established schools, hospitals, and other institutions, contributing to the development of Philippine society. The Spanish colonial period, characterized by oppression and exploitation, ultimately fostered a strong sense of Filipino nationalism, which ultimately led to the Philippine Revolution and the pursuit of independence. The Spanish colonization of the Philippines was a complex and multifaceted era. It brought both opportunities and challenges, shaping the country's history and identity. The legacy of this period can still be seen in the Philippines today. The Spanish colonization of the Philippines ended in 1898, leaving legacy that continues to shape the country today. The Spanish brought with them a new way of life, but the Filipinos never lost their own unique identity, their resilience, and their spirit of freedom.